there, this is Lena making Bespoke Craft Designs. I'm back to you as promised with a mixed media madness, and I'm going to try out my jelly plate. Now I'm going to also got the same brayer, so I've just kept those just to show you. I'm not going to keep those now. And then what you get it in this box. Now this box, you don't have to cut it or do anything, and you can store your gel in there afterwards. First things you're going to need. This is A3, so I'm going to have to move it about a bit, but I'm quite happy with that. And then I've got some A4 cardstock. Now this is 160 GSM because that's all I had, so I'm going to use some of that as well. The other things that I've pulled out that I'm going to use is some household bits. This is just like a draining pad. I'm going to try this as like a stencil. As you can see, I use it in other things, but I've not used it in my jelly, for my jelly plates. So I'm going to put that to the side. I've got a few different stencils to use. I've got plenty of kitchen roll that I think I'll be using. That's my brayer. A spray bottle of water I'm going to put to the side. And then these aren't just out for today because I use these all the time in mixed media work. I've got all 3 sizes of those. Another bigger lid, a square lid, a little tiny round lid, and a sponge, just to give some texture. So I shall be using those. And then the colours I'm going to go with today are on the pinks and purples. So I've got some Americana, and that's rose. And then I've got this real vibrant, because this is the main ones. Well, they're really cheap ones. They're from probably B&M. I think they were about £1.99 in the UK, and I'm going to try them. I don't know what they'll be like. And then the rest are these Reeves ones, I think most of them. Apart from, I've got another Reeves one. I've got like a lilac-y one. I've got a deep purple, but I don't know where that one, well, I don't know where it is. I've got a great big box next to me, but I haven't got it out. And then I've got this, I'm trying to tell you what name this is. It's a range of Dylusions. Postbox Red, that one. So that's a bit off the pink, but still would be fine, I think. And then I've got this purpley one. I think that's everything. Have I told you everything? If I think of anything else, I'll tell you as we go along. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some, I think we'll go with this one first. This is Rose Red, this Reeves acrylic. And I'm going to get some of this on here. I haven't tried these. I tried some blue ones this morning. They were Reeves as well, blue and green. Now, when I said I did things wrong this morning, don't know what I thought I was doing. I put that much on. It was ridiculous. In fact, I couldn't get it all off my brayer. So you might find I haven't got enough on this time. But if I haven't, I'll go in and put some more. I had that much. It was all over the place. So you just get it all over you. Yeah, I think I probably do need just a little bit more. I've gone from one, that's me totally, one extreme to the other. I'll just put a tiny bit more on there, I think. And what I'm going to start by doing, before I put any stencils on, I'm going to get like a background print. So it is a bit of trial and error, how much you want on, and you can put 2 or 3 colours on, which I'll try that later, but I'm just going to start with one colour and just see. One thing I didn't mention that you need a piece of paper at the side of you, and I don't think you'll be able to see it in the screen. I'm just gonna, as I say, this is a very difficult setup for me, because you need to be able to bray off some of your colour. So that's all I've done on there. So I've got that laid out there, and I'm going to put down a piece of my A4, try and get it right round, because this is slightly bigger than the actual jelly plate, of course. But you can go in 2 or 3 times. You don't just have to go in once. You can get a background and then go back in with some stenciling and whatever. Yeah. Oh, that's actually pretty much cleaned it off, look. That's actually so that's one. Right, so I'm going to move that just out of the way. I have my clothes awesome, a drying rack, and I have some lids from all my boxes, and I use those to lay my papers out on, and they're just behind me. Right, I think I'll do 2 colours then this time, because I wanted to leave enough on, so there wasn't quite enough on there, because I want to be that's another thing. I've just done what I was going to tell you not to do, because I did this earlier. This is jelly, and if you open your paints like I just have, stupidly, straight over the top. Oh, this is a bit, I don't know whether I shook that even. Oh. Oh dear, no. You don't want to do that either. Oh, excuse me. Dear me. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. Oh. Let me just find something to put that in. Oh gosh. Let's have some of that out the way. I didn't want that much. Let's have a look. Oh, don't dig it, obviously, it'll dig through you. So I'm just... Oh, goodness me. I think this should be how not to do it, not how to do it. But we will, I'm sure we will get better. Or I will get better. So, as I say, don't open your paints over the top of your jelly plate. Open them at the side. Oh, this is very vibrant. This is fluorescent pink. Well, this might be quite nice. We'll try that and see what we do. So I'm just going to go back in and roll that. And then I'm just going to use my brayer to bray off the sides. I mean, obviously what you're braying off at the sides, you're going to use these. I will show you them, what I've done. I'm going to just bring another one in, and then I can bray off. Now, there's 2 ways of doing this. So what I'm going to do for a start on this one, I'm going to just get my stencils sorted ready to go. I want to make some backgrounds first, so before I then go in with the stencil and use the stencil. So I'm going to do some of these, because I haven't done any. I mean, this is a good idea to get some of these done first. But I thought you could watch me doing it right from the beginning. As I say, I used real thin paper earlier, and although it worked, that's better. Got a bit more. Let me move these out of the way. Put them straight on my tray. That's the one that I did with the bray. And just leave them to dry. Acrylic doesn't take long to dry, so I should be okay there. So I'm just going to do a few background ones, just so then I can come back in with a stencil on. Give it a good rub. There we go. That's got a bit of the 2 colours in there, look. That's quite pretty. I'm just going to go on this edge where I've got nothing. I'm going to try and just pick a bit of that up. Like that. Oh yes, that's worked well, look. And I'm going to pick a bit more up. Now, because I'm sticking to the same sort of colours, I'm not going to clean my jelly plate down. I'm just going to keep adding colours. But if you were changing your colours completely, then you would wash it down. If you want to wash it down, you can wash it down. But I'm not going to do. I'm going to just add some different colours on. So I'm going to do a few more background ones like that. I'm going to try one with a bit of this lilac in. Again, I don't want to open it. Come on, don't do a silly I did before. And I'm going to try and use some of that pink again that I've put to one side if I can. Let me see if I can get some on a palette knife and use some of that. This is why I like using my wet room for this sort of stuff. I'm a lot happier down here. I say I'm not sure about the camera setup, but we will see. I just like being down here for wet jobs like this. So let's just have a look. Oh, I like those two colours together. So now I'm just going to use the brayer at the side. I hope that isn't rocking. It's not attached to my desk, so hopefully it's not rocking too much. Right, so let's do a background one with that. So what I'm going to do is go right to this edge first and just get as much on as I can. Give a good press. You see there, look, I'm short and a little bit at this end too. So that's what I've got so far. Quite pretty. I think I've got quite a bit on this time. I'm not bothered. I'll work out. I think it's a little bit of trial and error to see, you know, which is, you know, how much you want on. But that does look exceptionally pretty with those two colours. So I'm just going to leave those to dry and I'm going to do a few more. I'm not quite worked out how many you get out of going over. I think possibly 2, and then it just leaves a little bit on. But there's quite a lot of white on there, so that definitely needs a bit more work. I'm going to move my braid along, and then I will put some more. Oops. Right, let's get another one for the brayer at the side. And I've got a little bit of that pink that's hanging about. I get very stuck up, so I am sorry about my filthy hands, but I'm having, oh, I think this is because I've not shaken it up. I've done exactly the same thing again with that. Oh dear. Oh, gosh. Oh, I hope I can edit some of this out because this is just ridiculous. It did a good, but I thought I ought to have shook that a little bit more. I did shake it. Oh, maybe I didn't know. I don't know. I thought I had. Anyway, let's give it a shake now so I remember to do it. The thing is with these, they're not being used for ages, to be fair. I've not used them. So the one thing I was looking for some white, and I've got a massive big thing of white. It's that big, I can't possibly lose it. But can I find it? No. I'm just having a quick look in here to see if it's hanging about. But if I can't find it quick, I shall have to manage without it. What's this one? Here's my white one. Oh, get out, fly. I've got the back door open because it was warm in here. And I've just had a fly come in. Right, so I'll do the same again. Oh, I don't think there's much of this left either. Oh, but it is acrylic, so acrylic, it is what's the word I'm looking for, metallic. So we'll see what that does. So let's give this a, well, it looks very pretty from what I can see on here. What it looks like, I don't know. I'm going to put a little bit more on because it's got blended in with the, I didn't put much on, I only put a little bit on. But that wasn't the white I was looking for. I was looking for a big tub of white, but this is nearly gone, this acrylic, I think. Well, there's one thing, it's not going to come out in a great big massive lump because there isn't much left. So that's fine, that suits me today. What it'll come out like, I don't know, because it is sort of just blending in, but we'll see. We'll see. This sprayer as well, just thought about that. When you stand it down, don't stand it on its roller. Stand it, that's a stand. So it stands down. I don't think I can show you there, but it stands down like that. And it's on a stand. So I've got that at the side. Trying to think of all things to share with you. I'm just checking I'm still in the screen. Let's have a look. Oh yes, and now I don't know whether the camera's going to pick up how beautiful that acrylic, that metallic is, but it is beautiful. Oh, I shall have to get some more of that. Metallic white. Now that does look really pretty. So we'll put these on the side to dry. And then I'm going to leave that pink that's on there, and I'm going to try one of the Dylusions. And this one is, what's this one called? Crushed Grape. And that's what this one looks like. Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it, if I put that in there. Let's just clean my palette knife off a minute. Good idea if I had another one ready to use. So I'm just dipping in here with a palette knife. Go again before, I don't want to put it in again once I've got pink on it. So I'm just gonna get as much off as I can, like that. I always put my lid straight back on because I'm very clumsy. So I'll just put my lid back on. And then, let's see what this does. I think I am going to go in. You can do all sorts of different strokes with it, just to, you know, just get used to it first. Don't press too hard. It's the better, the lighter you are with it, the better it is. I mean, it is jelly under there, and you don't want to dint it or damage it. I'm assuming if you dug something in it, it would damage it. I don't know. So I'm just going to use a bit more of this acrylic. I am, if I can get some out. As I say, it is nearly at the end, this one. And although this is the first run, I'm going to just try something a little bit different, mainly because I don't want to bore you. I'm going to try some of these and just see what these look like. Now that one's got a lot of yellow on it, and I don't know what that will do. I don't want all the bits to rub off on it. This one's got a lot of gesso on it. I think they need to go in my bowl of water. I don't know where my bowl of water's gone. Oh, I've put it the other side of my... Put it the other side of my airing rack, would you believe? So I'm just going to get some of this acrylic going in here. You can do it whichever way you want. You don't have to... Right, that's really quite pretty. I'm only going to go with one of these because this is clean. Can you see? I'm not pressing hard because this has got a cutter on it. So I'm only lightly pressing it down. And we'll just see what it does. I use this in all sorts of other things, but as I say, I've not used it on a jelly plate because today's the first time I've opened my jelly plate. And I will just show you the papers later that I did earlier. They're the blue and green ones. Just to try them out, but I did them on copy paper. And although it was fine, this is just a bit more robust, especially for the first try, because I wasn't sure myself. Again, that's got 3 colours on. It's got a little bit of the pink, and I don't know whether you can pick up the flowers from this, but they are there. They're very subtle in the background. They're not, you know, they've not come out a real deep pattern, but they are there. Right, I'm just going to have one more run over this just to get a bit more off my brayer this time. And as I say, keep it fairly light. Do I want to put... No, I don't want to put a stencil on first. Well, I will. I'll put a stencil on first just to show you what happens if you put a stencil on, because this is what I did earlier. So I was excited to try it out. So I love this stencil, but it's very mucky. So I put this stencil down first. And although it's very pretty, you get left with a lot of white. You'll see that when I show you the blue and green ones. Yeah, some people don't mind white, but I'm not bothered about having white on mine. Look how pretty it looks. I mean, it is really lovely. And then I'm just going to just get that end as well. Oh, I didn't get quite on there. Just get that end. And that is really pretty. But as I say, you've got a lot of white. Now, if you then take this off, you've got like a, I think I call it a ghost print on there. Now, if you'd have done this over the top of one of the papers that I'd already got background paint on, you know, you'd have got a different image. But we'll try it on here first just to show you. And then see if any of my others are dry to use. Look at that. And that's with the second swipe across it, and that is really pretty. I'm just going to try and get a bit on this edge. I don't think I've got much left, to be fair. No, hardly anything at all. Oh, I'm having great fun with this. As I say, I've waited years for one of these. That is really pretty. And it has got the shimmer from the metallic. So that looks really pretty. Let's have a look then. So I think I'll go with some of this again. I don't think I've got... Oh, I'll tell you what I just wanted to do first. Oh, I shall regret this, moving this, won't I? I'm going to move that out the way. Just 1 minute, because obviously my stencil's here, and my stencil has got lots of paint on it. So I'm just going to roll my brayer over this stencil and use the bit that's on the brayer too. And just see if it picks anything up. Let's just see. Yeah, and that was just what was left on my stencils. Otherwise, that would have wasted. So I just wanted to use that. And then I can use that now for rubbing the brayer off. I just need to get this back in the camera. See if I can... Oh, that's it. That's as near as I think I'm going to do it. I should be really disappointed if I can't use this video. If it's not all in camera, because my camera's hanging upside down and it's lower than me, I can't see what you can see. So right, So I'm going to use a bit more of this. Very little left, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to get it because it does leave a lovely shimmer. I never thought about using the metallic one, to be honest. I've got the rest of this that I have. Oh gosh. Oh, Lena. Never happy unless you're messed up, are you? But I am very messy. Sorry, I am. Do we want 3 colours on this? Should we try 3 colours? Just a little dabble. And it doesn't matter where you place it. I mean, obviously, you know, it's whichever colour you've got most down, and it will make a slight difference where you place it. But I'm not really worried. I just want to see what the effects look like. So I'm just, as I say, don't press too hard. These paints spread lovely, but say I used a cheaper one earlier and it spread lovely. It was ever so good because it's not as thick, it's really runny, and it came out lovely. I've put quite a bit much on this one actually, but so I'm just going to bray this off again at the side. That's it. Put that one to dry and get another one for the brayer. You do need that all the time because if you don't, you get in a real mess with your roller. So I'm just going to put that again aside and get some off. And then I'm going to take a little bit more off. So if you do get a lot, you know, too much on, just go in with your brayer like this and put it on your piece of paper at the side. You're not wasting it, you're going to use this. So I've just done that again, just to make sure I haven't got too much left on. I mean, you want enough, but you just don't want it all over the place. So I'm going to try some of these lids this time. So I'm just going to I mean, stencils are brilliant, but this way, with doing it like this, it's still got a full cover. It's only taken a tiny bit of the paint, you know, that's on the size of the lid. So we'll see what this does. It is trial and error, you know, and everybody likes something different. So if you've got one, have a play with it. I mean, for me, it's worth me getting one because I love mixed media. And as I say, even though I do, I've put it off and put it off because there's always, you know, even like just buying all your glues all the time if you do junk journaling. I mean, you spend such a lot of money on glues, or I do. And, you know, so I don't always think, oh, that's lovely. That has picked those circles up. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'm just going to try and get this edge. But I think because I took some off on the brayer first, I probably won't get a full pass on this next one. Let's just see what it does. But it's done the edge lovely, and it's left a little bit of white. I'm going to just try and get this edge of white there. Just because I don't want an edge in like that. There we go. I had to turn my washer off because my washer and my dryer's in here, because it's me, call it my wet room, but it's my utility room. And I had to turn my dryer off. I'm just going to put another bit more on. I broke my rule then. I went over the top of the, because I wanted to show you, and then I went over the top. So more purple. And then I'm going to go in with some lilac on this one, and this is a Reeves one. This is lavender. I'll try and shake it a little bit, and then just open the lid off, take some of these horrible bits off that's going to fall all over my piece. Oh, I dropped that. Dear me. Just making sure I'm still filming because it's going to go off in a minute. So I'm going to stop it there, and then I'll come back and do some more. So I'll be back with you shortly. Hi, I'm back. I'm just going to do this before this dries. So I haven't been very long. I've literally run into my actual craft room, got some got the papers that I did earlier to show you, and looked out for my white. But I found a Dylusion spray of white. Let's try a bit of this. This obviously will be okay with what, I don't know what it'll, oh of course this is the one that doesn't spray. Goodness me, I wonder how much of this video will be left by the time I edit everything out that I've... Now it's actually good to leave quite a bit of it. Have I just got a little bit there? Got a fingerprint there now. It's actually quite good to leave bits in because, you know, if somebody's doing it, it's good to see other people's experiences. So that's just like, get like a water effect, and I'm just sort of swirling it around a bit just to give some kind of a, I don't know, you know, just so as long as you don't go too heavy, it's nice to have a little bit of a practice. I think I'll just leave it at that for now, those two colours. Oh, that'll have dried so I can use, but I've just, oh well, I've got another paper ready to use for my brayer. Oh, I'd fenced myself in with my airing rack, and of course I've moved it out. Sorry about that, I had to go and fence myself in again just so I can get to it. So what I'm going to do is just finish this one up, get a few backgrounds, and then hopefully the others should be dry to do some stenciling over then. So yeah, so it's just, and I'm just going to go on that edge. I've not actually used the bigger paper, I've just used the bigger paper for the using the brayer, but that's done quite a good job at getting right to the edges, moving it about. Like I say, if messy art isn't for you, then this maybe isn't for you, because I get really dirty, but then I always do. And as long as my, you know, I know why my nails are, it's not dirt as such, it's just from the paints. So that's done too, but there's quite a lot of white left in that one. So I'm just going to try and pick as much up as I can. And then, just because I'm at this stage, I'll show you how to clean this off. I mean, you do get instructions with it, and you know, they're very easy to follow, but I'll show you how I... So I haven't cleaned in between times. There's several things you can do. I think you can do them with baby wipes. And it says to air dry it. I'm just going to do it with some water in my water bottle. And some paper. And just sort of rub a little bit, but not too hard. But you just want to get all the bits off. So you literally just go in like that. And get all your bits off. Don't poke, and keep it quite wet. Just brings it off better. I should be editing some of this out. I'm not going to let you watch me being boring cleaning, but just to see the beginning of it. But And then if it's drying like now, just tap it, don't pull it, don't drag it across when it's dry. I don't want to dint anything. And then I'm just going to move my mat across, and I'm going to just rub around the edges because it's sort of gone on the edge. And then I'm just going to get my table cleaned. I'm just going to keep getting in a dirty mess then. Now, I didn't tell you what this board was. This board is just a chopping board, an old one from a kitchen, and I've just turned it upside down so that you could actually see the jelly plate, because you couldn't see the jelly plate. You could just see like a magnified picture. So I've just turned this the other way up now, and then I'm just getting as much of that off as I can. And to just clean the tools as well. It's to air dry when you finish, when you're putting it away. But I'm not putting it away, I've just cleaned it down a little bit. I'm going to tap that water off. Right, I'm going to rub my brayer on here. You see now what I'm doing. I'm just going to do that so you can see what I'm doing. That's all you do, just to get some off your brayer. But we will be using these sheets, and I've just put that straight on top of the jelly plate, but it doesn't, a bit of paper on it won't hurt it. Right then, next thing I was just going to show you is what I did earlier. These are all on copier paper, and I didn't know how to use it, and I haven't done anything on the edges, so these need some more work. These I tried to put a stencil on before I'd done a background, and this is what happens. Oh, got two stuck together there. Oh, so that turned out where I had far too much on, and that's what happened. It splodged everywhere. And then I went over on this side as well and took some off with a stencil. That's putting the stencil down first, and then I just went over the brayer just to do a little bit. Now that's a full cover. Once I've got a bit more used to it, a bit more confident. Now that's just putting the stencil down and going over it once, and I say that's quite nice, but a lot of people wouldn't want that. They'd want it, but that is quite pretty. I like that, where you've got the background and then you've put your stencil on and you've got your white showing through. So I do like those, but I'm trying to do things a little bit. So I'm just going to show you some that I've done today, if they're dry enough to work with. Let's have a look. Let's get some of the big ones as well. Some are still drying. That's that lovely one with the acrylic, metallic acrylic white. That's just one of the ones that I used the brayer on, and that's what we've got so far. That again is where I cleaned off of my stencil. That one is where I passed the stencil over as like the ghost print. That was the second time, but I want something else on there. That was just where I went on it once with the brayer, and I haven't put that on the jelly plate at all. These have all got the shimmer, if you can see. I hope that's picking up on the camera. With the metallics of the white. That's got the metallic white on. And that's just using the stencil for the first pass. So I'm going to have a go with some of these and see what we come up with now. I also brought in some gold. So I thought this time I'd like to use some pink and some cream I've got, and some gold. These are going to be, because you don't want the same colours going over again, so this is why I'm going in with the gold and the cream, and then I'm going to go with this rose red one. I haven't used the red one this time from Dylusions because I'm not sure the red was right for what I ended up with, but I'm going to try some of this. So let's have a look. Oh, that's not been stirred up enough. Shook up enough, I mean. got all the oil at the top. Just give it another shake. Oh, throw it about, Lena. Just throw it about. Goodness me. Terrible. Clumsy. Did I just open that over there again? It's habit. It's because I'm trying to get in the, you know, in the view of the camera. It's so easy to do that. I'm just got a great big lump of stuff on this one that I'm cleaning off. This is going to drop all over it. Right, so that's put quite a lot on that one, haven't I? Got carried away with myself. And again. And then I'm going to do a bit of this. I'm using this gold first. Right, open over here, out the way. Look. And let's just do a little bit. I probably have used too much again, so it is trial and error to get it right, how much you want to use. And I've still got a bit of purpley on here, so it might pick up a bit of that as well. So let's see what it does. Yeah, I've got rather a lot on here. I'm hoping this combination, I like the combination of these three colours, but I'm not sure what they're going to be like with the other colours. But they are dry, so it shouldn't make mud as such, because they are dry. So let's just have a look. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one again, and I'm going to put that down on there, because this time we have got background colour. So I am going to lay it this way, just so I've got room there to do the other bit. And I'm going to press this down and then see what it turns out like. Goes near to the edges. You can actually use, I haven't got another big brayer, but I've got one of these, so I'm just going to, because it hurts my hands, I'm just going to see what that did. If I use that kind of a, this is from wallpapering, just to get that on there. Oh wow, oh yeah, I like that. I do like that. Right, let's go on this side. So I'll press it down first. Well, I mean, this is my second go because I had a go earlier. I'm going to try all different, I've got some cardstock that I've been tidying out. I'm going to try that, and whoops, and I'm going to try all sorts of things. Oh, look at that. Now I really like that with that gold. And so this was the background, what you had originally, and then this is what you get from the stencil. So I'm going to put that again to dry. And I'm going to pick another one up from here that's just about dry, I think. So look, another couple from here. So this one looks all purple with just the bits of the metallic in. And I'm going to see what's left on here. I'm going to lay that this time this way and just see what it does. See what it picks up, because this is the second go, so I don't know how much we'll get on this one. I'm going to press it down first, and then I'm just going to, you know, go near it, because that's the edge there. It just saves my hands a little bit. I've got such weak wrists. Oh yes, I like that too. Oh yeah. Oh, that's pretty with the gold again. Right, I'm going to take this off and just see what the ghost effect looks like. Oh, I'm going to put that on. I'm just going to brayer this on. With this, I'm using this as my brayer just to go on my, you know, my mop-up piece. And just clean off the stencil basically. And look at that, look, that was just the brayer piece, and that's what's cleaned off from the stencil. So I quite like that too. I think we'll have to get another clean piece of that as well. Now, put my stencil to the side. Oh, and just another thing that I keep going to get clean ones. So I'm going to use this one next. And I'm just going to use what's on here. This is what they call the ghost print. I think that's what they call it. It's what I call it in stamping. That's one thing I want to try with this jelly plate. I want to try stamps. So I shall be doing that the next time. Try some rubber stamps and see what that does. Let's have a look at this one. And that's just picking up what's on there. Oh wow, yeah, I like that too. I really do like that. I'm just going to change a little bit of my colour combination this time. Let's have a look what I've got here, what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that pink one and that purple one. And that one. Right. So, let's have a look. I'm going to use a different stencil this time, but I just want to pick that bit up off there first. So this is another one that I use for the brayer. So I'm just going to rub this over here and get as much off as I can. And that cleans off. And it's got a bit up. And there's still a little shadow. So I'm just going to see if any more will come off. And this is, and just turn it round like this if you're using a big A3 pieces. I prefer to use the A4 because it's only slightly bigger for the actual when the paint's really wet, but when you're cleaning it off like this, I think these big pieces are really good. So I'm just going to put that one to one side. It still probably needs some work. You don't have to do it all in one go. Sorry, I keep walking away from the camera. You don't have to do it all in one go. You can let them dry and then come back when you're using that colour combination. So on these, I'm going to do a pink one, a purple one, and like a pink and a purpley one. So I'm just going to get one more piece in the brayer. And put that to the side. And what I was going to say to you before is I'm right-handed, I work right to left. So as I'm doing it, I've put all my paints on the right-hand side, all my little bits like this. I've got the main bit in front of me and then I move off to the left and then take them away. It's just so you're not crossing over all the time. And I've only picked that up just from doing it today. I'm not sure whether that would work for everybody, but that's how I've just done it. Right, so I wanted to see if there's any more of this pink left. And I was just going to show you, I did find my big white. I'm not sure I'm going to use it now, but I did find it. Actually, just thinking about it, let's just try something else. I said I wasn't going to use this. This is red. This is like a red. I haven't even opened this one. This is red. So I'm going to just, this is this Pillar Box red. I've just used the lid to put on there. You know, the white bit that you get on the top, because that hadn't been opened. Actually, I got one of these in the orange, and when it came, it was all broken, and I should have really sent it back. I was naughty not doing, because, you know, it was damaged, and I never sent it back. And I only got half of the orange because it was all over everywhere, and it was silly of me. I should have sent it back, but I don't know why I didn't. I think, you know, I'm always so busy with, you know, I've got, say, a full-time caring job for my husband, and, you know, I spend as much time in my craft room as I can when he's resting, but things like that sometimes just get put. So what I'm going to do is just put a couple of dollops, it's a good word, isn't it? Dollop of white. Just see what this does, but I'm going to put some gold in as well. Why not? Why not indeed? Let's have a look. And don't open again over the thing, Lena. And then just a few bits of the gold and go again. And as I say, don't, because I didn't know whether I'd want this red, but of course red and white make pink anyway, so it shouldn't cause too much of a problem. It shouldn't be too, well, the thing is, if you don't like them, you can always go back in and try something else. But I think that looks quite nice. I'm going to try it on a purple. No, I'm going to try it on this lilac and pink one first. And I'm going to put a different stencil down. I've only got a couple of these big stencils. I'm going to have a look next time I go in our B&Q, because these are like wall stencils. I'll see if I can get any more. The only ones I could get last time were children's ones, you know, for children's walls. I couldn't get anything like this, so I didn't get any. I think I got these online, so I might have to look online, but they are quite good having the big ones. I've got some little ones here, but I just wanted to try these big ones. So as I say, I'm just gonna, I actually did that with Braille before rubbing it. I don't know if it makes any difference. Let's see what it's done. Oh yes, I like that. Look at that. That's really pretty. So I'm going to move that just to let it dry. And then I'm going to try another one. I'm going to do it on this purple with the lovely shimmer from the white metallic and see what this does. Well, I really like that. I do really like that. So I'll see if I can get one more out of that, because you're obviously using your stencil, and then I will take the stencil off and see if there's any left for the ghost print. Let's have a look. Does it slightly different, picks up different bits of the colours, but I really like that. And I'm just going to move this stencil off, and I'm going to rub the stencil. So I've got a plain piece of the big A3. Can't show you me doing it, but I've laid it down onto my plain piece of A3. I'll show you what I've done, but I'll have to do it off screen just because I can't get it in the camera. So I've laid it down like that. And then I'm just going to braille over it. Just bear with me, something's going off. Hi, I'm back. Now look what I've done. I don't know whether you could hear a beeping in the background. And I thought something had happened to my husband, so I went running. And he was setting off an alarm, but he was just testing it. And of course I didn't say to him, don't set it off while I'm in here, because I'm right at the other end of the bungalow. So what it's done is it's pulled a lot of the paper off, look. And so he's smiling at me when I went up there. I'm all right. I said, well, I was in the middle of a video, but I'd rather it be that way than the other way. So it's actually made a hole in the paper, because I'd left it stuck on. Hole in the paper, and it's damaged that, but I shall be using this. I will not let that go to waste. But I can't use that stencil again at the minute because it's got all paper on it. So things do happen like that. Not that I'm worried about that, it's just that and then this was what was left. That was just the ghost print, and it's just, and that is really, I really like that. Just picked up a bit of the text, but there's still quite a lot of paint going on, but of course it's getting dry now because I had to leave it and go check him out. We've tried all sorts just so he can call me if he needs me. And that seemed to be the most effective. I could hear it really well. It's just a buzzer that's it's for finding things. And he found me. So I'm just going to use my brayer on here just to get off, because look, there's loads left on this brayer. So I'm just going to You can see me brayering now. Brayering. Rolling. Brayering. So yeah, so that's what I've left with so far. What I'll do is I'll come back and show you all the ones with the second prints on, and then probably do some more, but I'm going to leave it there, and I'll be back to you soon. I'm back. They're all dry now. This is one of the ones I did yesterday, where I just did it straight onto white paper with the stencil, and it's beautiful, but I'm not sure whether I want white in the background, but I thought I'll leave it for now and see what I decide, and I'll have a pile of ones that I can work on again. That one I think's about finished. So the whole point of these, they're in the background, and then you do your stamping or whatever else over the top. This isn't obviously the end result of your page. It's just finished in terms of the jelly printing. So I really like that one, so I'm going to put that one to one side. Same with that one, that's finished, and it's got such a lot of texture on it, and it's really lovely. Really pleased with that one. I think I'm going to put that on the finished pile, but I might decide to do something more on that one, and the same goes with a couple of these. But this one, I think this one's my favourite, because it's got all the metallics in it, and it's got the white metallic and the gold metallic, and it's really, really lovely. Can't wait to find something to use that for. I like that one. And then the rest of these, I think I'm going to put in the to-do pile and do a little bit more to them. That's pretty as well, but it definitely needs some more work. This was the one I did with the rings, and I like it, but I think it needs a bit of something else. So these are all to go in the to-do pile. So I'm going to call it a day for this video, because I'm trying to make my videos smaller. It's work in progress. We're not quite there yet. I've just got to plan it a little bit better to get it smaller. But these will be in my part 4. I think this one I'm doing now is part 3. So part 4 will be finishing all these off, and then we'll get into what we're going to do with them. So that's it for now. So take care, keep safe, and I'll be back to you soon. Bye for now.